Well, many people think that reaching for artificial sweeteners for coffee instead of sugar is actually something to be done for your health. But there's a new study done by the British Medical Journal that is linking those artificial sweeteners to an increase in risk of heart disease and stroke. So joining us is our medical expert, Dr. Kohli, talking about the health risks. So artificial sweeteners, the idea, I think, for most people is to cut down on calories.
Yeah.
Yes.
But are they healthy, or what are your thoughts generally on it?
Well, that's why they were designed, actually. And initially, we thought they were healthy because they're substituting something that's high in calorie, high in sugar for something better. But then we started doing some animal studies that suggested they're having the opposite effect. They can increase weight gain, they can increase blood pressure, vascular or blood vessel inflammation, and they can actually change the microbiome in your gut.
Wait, what's a microbiome in my gut? What is that?
That's the bacteria that lives in your gut, Tom, that helps you digest all the lovely things that you're eating.
Bacteria, I guess.
That's right.
Okay.
So it changes all of that. And so that's when we started looking at it in humans, and we said, hey, wait a minute, this may not be so good for you.
And when you say that, I mean, it was just, you said may cause weight gain. I mean, this is like, why, I mean, it reminds me of like people discussing about diet soda and that you really should never drink diet soda. I mean, it's that it sometimes causes weight gain. That makes no sense, though.
So part of it is that some of the chemicals could lead to that because they're changing the way that your body processes your food. Some of it, though, Kim, we think might actually be in association with other unhealthy behaviors. Because what we saw is that people who tend to use more of these artificial sweeteners, maybe they have more processed food, they drink more soda, they're less active, they're more likely to smoke, they're more likely to be heavier.
So these are all different products, though, but they are being lumped into one in this study. Is that accurate? Because you think of Equal or Sweet and Low or Stevia. Should they all be considered as the same potential problem?
Yeah, that's a really good point. So this was a very large study, so over 100,000 people, and they looked at all of these different products and actually looked at them individually and in aggregate. And what we found is that certain products, like aspartame-containing products, increase your risk of stroke, associated with the higher risk of stroke, and sucralose-containing, that's like the Splenda, whereas the aspartame's like the Equal or NutraSweet, that actually increases risk of heart disease.
So, are you better off eating real sugar if you need it? I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, you never want to encourage sugar.
Well, then there's processed sugar or sugar in the raw.
Yeah,
or some
sugar
of
in the
those.
raw. I mean, we have all kinds of sugars.
We're talking about a spectrum here, guys. And what I tell my patients is real food, not a lot of it, with lots and lots of colors. So the more and more chemicals we head towards, especially as some of this data is coming out, I feel like maybe actually doing more harm than good. So I'm starting to tell some of my patients, if you can eat a little bit of the raw sugar, but very little, don't take this as a message to mean sugar is good for you, then that may actually be something that improves your cardiovascular health in the long term. We're also hoping that the FDA and the European Food Agency and such start to talk about what a healthy dose of these sweeteners
That would help, yeah.
So they're actually starting to look at that
Serving
again.
size. I always look at that on the bag of potato chips as I
know,
eat
and
the
you're
entire
like,
thing.
What?
Yes.
How many? I had 13
5
servings.
people. Yes.
Well, thank you for that. At least it gives something for people to think about, look at, maybe learn more about when they make their choices, hopefully healthy choices. Thanks, as always, Dr. Klaus.
Colors.